sister never wanted me to play her Genesis, but now these days that Genesis is mine. Ever tell you about the? Speaking of sibling shit, I told you guys about the time my sister cracked my skull open, right?
No, well, yeah, maybe I forgot.
You know that. You guys know that giant scar I have on the back of my head. That whenever I cut my hair short, it looks like someone cut my hair and made it bald. Like my sister was like so territorial. She didn't want me playing the Genesis that we had growing up. I could only watch her. So like I'd have to only play it like when she wasn't around, and then she'd know when I played it because the controller would be greasy because kids have greasy hands no matter what.
Yeah.
But not greasy as Mikey.
No,
it's
not as greasy as Mikey.
Mysteries.
Hell no. So I was walking down the hall. Like there's something going on in Casey's room. I think my mom was in there doing something. I was walking in the direction of her room. Like, I hadn't walked in Casey's room yet, but she just runs out. She's like, get out of my room. She grabs my hand, swings me around, and I go flying back and smash the back of my head into the door frame of the bathroom. And it cracks my skull open, and I'm just profusely bleeding everywhere. And we have to drive to we have to, like, speed to the hospital to get me stitched up, and they had to, like, sedate me.
Jesus.
And everything. And my parents were so mad at her.
I guess that's one way to cause a headache. I couldn't think of anything for that.
And now forever,
when I was
every single time
really young, like maybe 3 or 4,
Maddie?
I slammed Eric's hand was like in between the door frame and the door. Accidentally slammed the door on his fingers and broke his hand.
Ooh.
His hands are fine now. He didn't have any issues, but it was like. But I was so young. Like, you talk about Colby being a crafty little shit. You would not believe what young Mikey was like. Back then, I actually did call myself Mikey.
You can't talk on 2 phones at once.
Yes. My mom left me at daycare with kids, and then there was this one girl who, for some reason, was talking on 2, fake plastic phones at once, and it's like, why are you talking to 2 plastic phones? You only need 1. Like, that really annoyed me for some reason.
I wonder why. Something annoying Mikey that's menial? I would have never thought that.
Well, no. That reminds me of something, because when I was younger too, and I was at daycare, we would go to the park a lot of times, and one of my oldest friends, like the 2 friends that I have that I've known the longest are Kellen, which I've talked about on the show a bunch of times, and Chris Schmeezing.
Schmeezing.
Yeah. Schmeezing. He's got like a lisp, but he's a cool guy.
Should we be like blurring out these names? Or are we giving out full names and shit?
I don't care. My friends wouldn't care if I said them. I've said their names a billion times on this show. But
I feel like this is the first time I'm hearing about them because I'm super jealous right now.
I mean, we've definitely heard about Kellen before. I've never heard of the other guy.
Yes, we've talked about Kellen a bunch of times, and Chris. Like, Chris and I still play Dungeons and Dragons together all the time whenever I go back home.
Just like your hometown.
What? Oh yeah.
Nanny.
I play D&D constantly nowadays. That's so much fun. I still go back to
Michael, get the checkpoint.
I still go back. I still go back
to checkpoint. You don't have to worry.
I still go back to our past university, and I play D&D with some of the old college boys still.
Ooh.
So I go back there a lot still. No, but we were running down the hill, and it was just a tradition. Like, no matter what, it's be like, oh, everybody, run down the hill fast, yeah. Oh, now feel your heartbeat. Feel how your heartbeat's beating faster now. It's because you're working harder. Well, so everyone would always put their hands on their chest and start feeling their heartbeat. Oh, then Chris runs down the hill. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling my heartbeat. But he had his hand on his stomach for some reason. So I'm like, hey, no, your heart's not down there, it's up here. He's like, oh, I can feel it right down here. I'm like, no, you can't do that. I start like trying to yank his hand away from his stomach and put it on his chest instead. And they scream and they're like, Ethan, you can't do that, leave him alone. I'm like, he doesn't know how to feel his heartbeat right.
That sounds fun.
Like My daycare was the coolest. Like one time I drew for a while I was obsessed with building maps, like writing pirate maps. So then, this one time I got like they gave me this really nice piece of paper to draw a pirate map on. I just drew a really big map. And then everyone's like, okay, everybody, let's all get together. We're gonna go on a treasure hunt with Ethan's map he drew for us. And then we all walked around the little backyard they had, and we walked all like throughout the building, and then we get to the front. They're like, oh, this is where it ends. Like, I don't see anything here though. But then, like, I obviously didn't expect anything to happen. I was just like, oh, it's just gonna be fun. But then they opened. It was like they look under the deck where they have like those crisscross wooden panels, you know. They're like, wait a minute, I think there's something in here. They open it up. They like pull it off the building, and they look inside, and there's like this Tupperware container filled with like the most delicious like peanut butter chocolate treats. They're like, oh my gosh, Ethan found, like, oh my gosh, look what we found. And then they like everybody got it, and everyone was like, thanks, Ethan. Oh wow, these are so good. Thanks, Ethan. You found these for everybody. And I was like the most happy 5-year-old ever. Yeah, let me tell you. That was a triumphant day in Ethan land right there.
Ethan land.
The triumphant return.
Well, seriously, like when you do shit like that for kids, it's amazing. It's like makes good memories for them. It makes them feel important.
It's like life was simple back then.
Even though we're all just, you know, meat sacks floating on a giant rock in the middle of space. Oh, that's right. We're playing Sonic, aren't we? Let's watch some Sonic.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about Sonic. What's your favorite part about the Sonic fandom? Is it the toxicity or the furries?
Hold on.
The toxicity of
in
our fan base, of our fan base. No, how do you own the hedgehog? How do you own disorder?
Mikey's been listening to some
somewhere
metal
between
lately.
the sacred silence, silence and sleep.
Somewhere. Sorry, I got a little into that there.
Sacred silence and sleep.
Disorder. Sorry. Oh god, I'm getting it. Sorry.
System of a dude, system of an up, if you know what I mean.
Freaking that song and Rock Band was my favorite. Just singing it, I just go all out.
I think my favorite SOAD song is Holy Mountains.
I like my favorite is definitely Aerials.
Oh, that's a good one. That's up there for me.
Aerials in the sky.
That's a good one, yeah.
Don't know the words, but I am going to die.
Or try.
Yeah, most of their lyrics are nonsense anyway.
If you pay attention to lyrics of a lot of bands, the lyrics are always nonsense. Like, have you ever actually paid attention to the lyrics of like Nirvana? Mm-hmm. Like the lyrics don't make any fucking sense at all. And Kurt Cobain slurs them so much you can't understand what he's saying.
Oh, did you see your Cannibal Corpse dude was on the news recently?
No, I've been following that. I've been following that a lot.
Yeah, so didn't he like? It's super crazy. I was just watching this. You ever hear Internet Today?
No.
It's just a YouTube channel. They're pretty funny, and they were just talking about Cannibal Corpse. The guy apparently he lost his mind and shit, and he got arrested.
Yeah, Pat O'Brien.
Yeah, and I was just thinking of you the entire time.
Yeah, I've been believe me, I've been following that case a lot because Pat's a really cool dude. I've seen him live like 3 times. So I've been like, I haven't like met the dude, but like I've been super close to him. That like I could see him, he could see me. I saw him playing shit like that.
You stared into each other's eyes.
No, I stared in the eyes of their bassist Alex Webster, and like every time they'd like be like pausing like in between songs while they were just waiting while the singer was just kind of like oh, this next song's all about whatever. I kept looking at Alex, their bassist, who's like my idol. I'd just be like, yeah, and then he'd look at me and he'd be like, he'd hold his fist out like little guy, yeah, you know. I'm like, yes,
got you,
yes,
my darling Sonic.
He looked at me approvingly. I did the same. I always do that.
Then you must die.
The same thing happened with me when I went to see Judas Priest. There were like 5, 6, 8,000 people there. And I was looking back at Ian Hill the whole time because I like him the best because he's the only original member left of Judas Priest. And he's the bass player. And he's the bass player because obviously I'm a bassist, so I like the bass players. So I kept looking back at him and just being like holding up the horns to him specifically, and like I like had a huge smile on my face the whole time. He kept looking back at me specifically and smiling at me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then at the end of the show, he walks up directly to me and throws a pick to me. His bass pick. But then I fucking drop it. I'm like, I couldn't catch it because those things fly everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, he threw it to me and I missed it. Oh my god, no. This can't be happening.
I'll never watch this flipper ever again. Hi, Pearl. Meet Bubble Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have gotten that pick so bad. I'm so sad I missed that guitar pick. Whatever. Oh, you got a D rank earlier, right? Now you have an A rank?
Yeah. I only got the D rank back there because that glitch that Alonzo pointed out.
Yeah.
Because I was a poop. Let's look up some...
No, Maddie's the poop. So, Alonzo,
Maddie is a poop.
Do you like Sonic Heroes?
No.
Yeah, I love it. It's a fun little mess.
Sure is bright.
A fun little mess, he says.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the time I had. I mean, when it's your only game on the GameCube, and as a kid you got so much time and you play so much and you learn it inside and out and all that, it was a really good time. I want to say
this game is delicious and nutritious.
Gotta say, it's probably one of the first Sonic games maybe I completed. 100%.
So you got all the A ranks too?
No, I didn't go that far. I mean, like, completed the game, like, got the Chaos Emeralds and the secret ending.
So
all that.
you beat the final boss.
Yes,
is what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this was the first Sonic game I ever played, way back in like 2003, 2004.
Mike,
2003. Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's not that bad. I want to say it's one of the better of the 3D games. It has its speedy and stuff like that. It's a little slippery, but it's not Sonic Adventure.
Oh, whoa! You could trigger some people that I know by saying words like that.
I'm sorry that the truth triggers them.
I mean, I agree with you personally, because I think SA1 is just like super dull with all the repetition and stuff. But
the problem is Sonic 1 it's not great, but it was the first try. Your first try is not going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And Sega just didn't. They got the hang of it never, but.
They got the hang of it never.
But, they got better with the later installments.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I really like you'd think that after getting all the A ranks and stuff, I'd be absolutely sick of this game. But surprisingly not. It is one of those games where the more you play it, like the better it gets, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it's a game that's really fun to get good at and be able to know all the little tricks and to master all the different levels.
The music's also really good in this game. I remember that. It's amazing.
Yeah. You're amazing, Alonzo.
And would you believe, Alonzo, that you said more about the game than I could squeeze out of the Unversed Cast in the entire playthrough?
Really?
Yes.
None of them played it?
No, they played it. They just, for some reason, they just to spite me, chose not to talk about the game until like the very last level.
Oh, man, Sonic, I can tell you about, I'm seeing all your stuff doing. I remember everything about this game. I played it so much. And I can even say it's probably one of the better, like, free-roaming 3D Sonic game out of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, besides your on your rail, basically Sonic games like Unleashed and all of them, I'd argue that this is the best out of all of them.
Your face is the best out of all of them.
So you're gonna go on record saying that this is the best 3D Sonic game?
Yeah.
That's
Sonic
interesting.
Colors.
I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 is amazing, but I feel like Sonic 3 has... Oh, it doesn't have the Chao Gardens. You know what? I would argue it, yeah. I mean, it's a tough one. It's probably maybe I'm in a good mood in the moment. But Sonic 2, Adventure 2 and this are good. I feel like this, it just looks good. It runs fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like it has maybe better replay value with like 4 different campaigns and how it varies it up through each character.
Yeah, but
Hey,
because
Mikey.
obviously the counterpoint that everybody's going to bring up is that they force you to play like the same 14 levels as 4 different teams to see the ending.
Hey, Mikey.
Yeah,
I'm
what's that?
I'm uploading a ping file into the Discord chat right now.
I have a sexy blonde anime girl.
No.
No, it's
Why are you putting darkness?
Because it's funny. Put that in for like half a second on screen right now. Aw, isn't she so cute?
Yeah. All right.
You don't have to if you don't want to, Michael.
So, like
instead.
Alonzo, how do you feel
put it
then
up again.
Like, when was the
Mikey.
last time you played Sonic Heroes?
Put it up again, but with Gramps' face over her face.
I think I did a quick playthrough of it when I was trying to configure my Dolphin. Get it running a little better. I wanted to get some games, but I think I deleted the ROM when I was transferring stuff, and now since Nintendo screwed over all the ROM sites, I'm having trouble finding another ROM.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to find a bunch of Fire Emblem ROMs, so that way I can start playing these ROM hacks, but I can't find anything since Nintendo just basically screwed over any Nintendo game and a bunch of other ones.
Mikey, look again.
I see a man with a big nose. A nose that goes up to his forehead.
He can smell danger coming.
Yeah, that's
So Alonzo,
I named that
how
file
then do you
sniff.ping.
How then do you feel, Alonzo, about the fact that this game, basically forces you to play it 4 times to see the final boss?
It's not the greatest thing. I honestly can say that. It does. I feel like it does enough to like change up the Sonic. The Team Dark and Team Sonic are, I feel, just basically replicates. Team Amy, I feel like could have been optional. The only really bad one. Team Chaotix, I feel, is really fun in the fact that it's all mission based and it really changes up the levels.
Yes. Yeah, I agree there.
But I don't exactly agree with it. I feel like the game, though, and just the way that it plays isn't too horrible, that maybe it's not a sit and try to beat the game in one instance. Maybe you just play it through time and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm going to do this, and maybe a couple weeks later come back to it. If we think of like because then it's also that issue, do you play a game like straight and try to beat it all at once? Is that how a game's supposed to be played? Or do you take it with time and stuff like that, and maybe when you get tired, you come back to it?
My game's straight.
I mean, like, look at an RPG. You're not supposed to sit and play those through, so maybe is that the design of the game, It's...
Welcome back to Goat Sack Mavericks.
Goat Sack Mavericks.
But yeah, I don't necessarily think it's great, but I feel like if you're thinking of just one story playthrough per session, I feel like it's a great game. I mean, it's fun and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree, honestly. Like, the way I look at it is that the final boss is really not worth playing, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's just a fun... It's
this game
fun
has
extra,
no real
I believe.
story. I mean, it's not like the other adventure games where there's like this big story that they focus on. Like, the story in this game is like so in one ear and out the other that
it's what Sonic should be.
I don't really care.
It's not up its own ass trying to tell a story with anthropomorphic characters.
It should be unimportant in every aspect of the word. I hate stories.